What's up, Reject Nation? We got ourselves a trailer for the Tim Story directed Tom and Jerry. John, did you grow up on Tom and Jerry?
I sure did. Various episodes, all the complex mythology.
Oh, no way. That's great to hear. Because I didn't. See, I'll take care of the nerdier stuff. You take care of
the
like
kids'
Tom
stuff.
and Jerry and Scooby-Doo.
Let's do it. That's my expertise. I am a child at heart.
After a lifetime of being the world's most famous
Oh, cool. It's not some CGI crap.
Tom and Jerry
Animated it.
Or at least did it to look like 2D.
in the big city.
Say it doesn't look like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like full-on 3D.
Oh, sweet. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
4 presidents, 3 popes, 2 kings.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Wedding of the century.
Oh, wow.
Do you think you're qualified to take on this position?
I shine under pressure. Like that.
Oh, the Deadpool guy.
Yeah.
We have a mouse problem.
With the what now? I'll catch it, sir. Oh wow, this is so detailed. We could hire an exterminator. Or we can leverage millions of years of predatory evolution.
To clean up the hotel.
The picture of this mouse is tweeted out to Instabook or TikTok. We will be ruined.
Oh, sir, that's not gonna happen. That lid is toast.
This looks so fun. Ken Jeong.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Rob Delaney.
Rob Delaney? Yeah, that's what it is.
Wow.
Of course.
No.
Warner Brothers.
Must have bought that from Acme. Oh, interesting.
I have seen some of Tom and Jerry.
I mean, if you've seen one Tom and Jerry, you've seen most Tom and Jerry, and the only thing you maybe missed is the dog that sometimes enters the picture.
Is this Hanna-Barbera?
Oh, don't quote me, but I think maybe.
All right. Let's keep that in the video.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure.
But as someone who's only seen snippets of Tom and Jerry when I was really young, I've seen some episodes when I was like a little kid, as most of us did probably.
Yeah.
I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that they kind of did a little bit more of the Space Jam Roger Rabbit route, where they made them animated. And it says Warner Brothers Animation at the top. It's not some like CGI Smurfs looking, or even the Scooby-Doo live action, or Alvin and the Chipmunks, which is what I thought we were going to be walking into with this. So it was nice to see that it's actually animated, even though it's taking place in real life. Honestly, like, for this is exactly the kind of movie I expected it to look like when you say live action Tom and Jerry, where you're gonna slap in some human characters
You're
with some
literally-
plot that you don't really probably care that much about. But
You're going to fuse a human story onto the side of it to make it a real movie.
yeah, because, that's the cat and mouse game between them. So how do we build a plot that has some stakes around it? And it's about as generic of that as you'd expect. At the same time, I'm not really bothered by it, because it's almost exactly what I'd expect, and it looks fun to me. It looks like a charming movie, and the cast is good too. Chloe Grace Moretz looks great. Michael Pena doing some jokes that will one day be outdated. Ken Jeong's really funny. Ken Jeong recently retweeted me. I won't say on what tweet, but he recently did.
Dude.
And also Rob Delaney.
Yeah.
It's a funny cast. So I'm sure there's going to be some pleasant, funny stuff that happens in here. And I'm also one of the guys who didn't hate like the first Alvin and the Chipmunks movie too.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying this is the same thing, but I'm saying I'm not always perturbed or put off by this. I know some fans are, but as far as it stands, I mean, this looks like it's honoring the spirit of it and the chaos. And Tim Story, while his name is really associated with those first two Fantastic Four movies, he's done some comedies that I think are hilarious. I mean, he did the Shaft movie, didn't he?
Yeah, the most recent one.
I thought that movie was so funny. It was really funny. He did the barbershop films. I think Tim Story is actually a really talented comedic director. So as much as this trailer wasn't mind-blowing, it sold me on that this is going to be a really fun time. And I'm not just being polite. Like, this is my honest feeling. Generic? Sure. Fun? Yeah.
To me, I pretty much left this trailer thinking this could go one of basically two ways. I don't see it falling in the middle. Either this is going to be kind of excruciating or like surprisingly charming and in keeping with the slapstick craziness of Tom and Jerry. Because that was the thing that, as much as, yes, there is a lot of stuff that you would expect this trailer to do in terms of the familiar human story, we are in a time now where cartoon violence is a bit more under the microscope. And so for me as a kid who grew up on, those old Looney Tunes and different things, it's nice to see that tradition of slapstick perhaps coming back. And so like this again looks like it's teetering. It could easily be a painful mess, but I feel like it has the potential to have, a charming, fun human story. And I do like the, just based on the charisma of the actors, basically. Just like, if I like this ensemble enough together, that'll work. And then with Tom and Jerry, I do think it's cool that they went with, I think this is probably done on a computer, but with that hand-drawn aesthetic in mind. Like, it's a little bit 3D. It has more 3D texturing on it, which I think is interesting. And I would be curious to see how that plays across the whole movie. Because, I do like the idea of, as long as we're going to do a Tom and Jerry movie, why don't we take that tradition of a Space Jam or Roger Rabbit, which is a much better movie than that, and do the 2D-esque quality in our real world and treat them as though that's just how they look. And I would be curious to check it out on that alone. Yeah. I can see a lot of people's childhoods freaking out over this, but I mean, it looks like it could be pleasant.
It looks fine.
It looks fine.
I mean, I also think though the human plot looks a little bit kind of crazy because
it looks like there's a ton going on, and
because in the other movies that we might have referenced, it's kind of like a simple plot, and then the animated characters show up and kind of create some annoying interruptions for them, right? And then here, this looks like chaos at the hotel. At the hotel looks insane. You got Chloe Grace Moretz, who's obviously the lead of this, and looks like her career's on the line. And then you got this wedding coming up, so they're setting up all these events. And then you got mean boss or one who's like conspiring against them. You have a lot to basically set up to go into catastrophe. There's a lot of craziness happening that could either be a good thing or a terrible thing at this point. But I like the fact that it seems like they're putting in some effort to the human side of it. It looks like they're actually trying to just not, he's someone who works at a newspaper and something goes, some stupid thing like that. It looks like they're actually trying to create some type of like, let's really take advantage of the hotel setting and
let's whip up as much craziness among the people as is usually whipped up between Tom and Jerry. And I think the movie will basically live or die by the way that it is able to intermingle those things, because this trailer felt like we're doing Tom and Jerry craziness and then we cut away to this human thing that vaguely relates to them. And I hope the movie has a bit more cross potential to justify itself, basically.
Yeah.
That's how it'll work.
We'll see how it goes, guys. But, as it stands, it's all right.
It's all right, yeah.
Tom and Jerry, what do you think? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe. Click that notification bell. Hit the like button. The Rogue 808 JT. JT, buddy, you have been an incredible friend to us for such a long time. With it being Thanksgiving season, I do want to say a special thank you for everything you've contributed this entire time I've gotten to know you. You've been very generous with offering up your passions, your dreams, your ambitions, giving feedback whenever I've asked for it. You've always given wonderful recommendations, and I miss the times we used to do all those Google Hangouts, but I'll forever be grateful for those memories because you just let John and I talk the whole time, and you just primarily laugh at the dumb stuff we'd say.
Yeah, just let us brainstorm.
Yeah, and sometimes we came up with some great ideas from just letting us spitball while you just watched us.
I legitimately think back and miss those times chatting with you, buddy.
I miss you, dude, and I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe with your family down in Hawaii. You be safe, brother.